G'day, Matt.
G'day, G Lane. G'day, Meshy.
Boys.
G'day. Hey, I had a thought, and this will you might like this, Finn.
Okay.
Also known as Mash, because at one point we decided to call our listeners of the Matt and Jerry podcast Bespokey. What do we call them? Bespokey
Dokies.
Yeah, that's ringing bells.
And people really liked being called Bespokey Dokies.
Yeah.
As a listenership.
Was that in reference to the things you used to put on your bike spokes, or not?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
it just happen to sound
Spokey
like that?
Dokies.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So I was thinking that we should call the listeners of this podcast the Agendarati.
That's quite good.
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
that's good.
So we can be like, hey, G Lane. Hey, Meshy. Hey, Agendarati.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
like
man.
it,
We can take it for a spin,
Yeah.
you know?
We'll see what people like being called the Agendarati. It's empowering.
Yeah.
It makes them sound like a mafia kind of
Yeah,
organisation.
Illuminati, like so.
Yeah, Illuminati.
Yeah, they're going to self-flagellate.
Well,
People that listen to the Agenda podcast are the Agendarati.
Yeah. Are we going to be, you know, we tend to be quite impulsive when it comes to these types of things. We don't want to take it for a spin for a week or so before we buy.
Nah.
Okay, we just...
It's in?
Right, it's in, is it?
Well, like if people want to, you know, because then you'll be out and people come up and it'll be like maybe a secret handshake with a little wiggling little finger or something, and you
that's
go,
nice.
and you go, so it's sort of a Masonic kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you shake a hand with the index finger inwards and just tickle the palm,
Hey.
maybe,
Yep.
that's a sign that you're
So
a member
you
of
go
the
and-
Agendarati.
Yeah. What do you do? Like, maybe this finger,
Your middle finger there, yeah.
sort of,
And you just tuck that in
does
there.
a little
stroke.
stroke,
Oh, gross.
Yummy.
and then you go, you're an he's a good
Agendarati.
man, Agendarati. They
He's part of the Agendarati.
come through,
Yeah.
secret pars,
Yeah.
immediately employed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, all of a sudden promoted for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
So you were on jury duty last week. You were doing your public service last week.
Yep. So how did the Agendarati miss me?
Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
yeah.
They were more intrigued about what case you're working on and whether you would be the first foreperson, not foreman, to just skip all legislation and put someone to death.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's good to be back. I've got to say, it's a weird world to enter, and I feel like I'm rejoining society as a civilian.
Okay.
It was an aggressive tactic, I have to
The
admit.
closest thing that I got to say to it is when I was on that reality show, Traders.
Ah.
Oh,
It
really?
was similar, just because you don't have your phone on you
right.
at times, and which is weird.
And that was the only similarity.
Yeah, it was the only similarity. It was briefly not having my phone on me.
What I will say is it was an aggressive tactic to leave behind a 5-minute message regarding the Dodgers. I think you may have turned a couple of people off baseball.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was. I mean, especially with the music coming in, the kind of gladiator music
Yeah.
near the end.
Which I actually thought was a bit harsh, to
Did
be
people
fair.
not find that uplifting? That
The
music?
Agendarati did not love that.
Did the Agendarati not love that?
Nah, some I don't know why. Don't know why. It really struck a chord with a lot of them.
Yeah.
But
It was. I mean, have I not been? Yeah, obviously I wouldn't have sent that message if I could have been here. But can I just say that Dodgers win?
it was next
It
level.
is the great. All I've been doing when I haven't been on a jury, what I've been doing is just watching replays of just
Did you think they were going to win Game 7?
hell no.
Yeah.
They were on the back foot for so
Yeah,
long.
they were.
And the Blue Jays, great team, but they should never have chanted "We don't need him" to Shohei Ohtani on the first. That's insane.
Was that game one, was it?
Yeah,
when
and
they did that?
then walk him 7 times in one game.
Yeah.
But anyway, intentionally walk him. But anyway, I did not think they were going to win that. And even when they had won it with that double play, Mookie Betts to Freddie Freeman, I was still going, "What? We've won," because it was so sudden. It just seemed inevitable that the Blue Jays were going to win.
I hate to give you credit because you don't deserve it in any way, shape or form, but the week leading up to it, you did say if the Dodgers just get it through to a Game 7 that anything could happen, and it did.
Well, that's the thing about a Game 7 because it just goes crazy.
Yeah.
In a Game 7 that went into extra innings. But, I mean, the Blue Jays had their chances, you've got to say. And Joe, you've got to admit, they had their chances. I mean, if you've got the bases
There we
loaded,
go.
one down in the bottom of the ninth, and you just have to get one guy home and you don't, you know, that's your chance to win the World Series, right?
This is the thing, Matt. Toronto sports fans, they've been living through this pain since 1967. They don't win anything. This is what they know. They know Game 7, about to win, and a guy misses running home by probably 5 centimetres. to win the World Series,
Yeah.
and that's all they know. That's all they know. They know pain.
He had a terrible lead, though.
They know pain. That's
He
all
had
they know.
what was he doing? He was so close to the base.
Why didn't he
was so-
slide? Why didn't he slide?
Why didn't he
head
slide?
first?
And why didn't he dive? He slid in the weirdest slide, like it was just a casual afternoon slide in. Also, why did he have why was he so close to third base? Was he? He was worried about. He was scared
They were worried about the line drive and
and losing the World Series being picked, because that would be worth being picked off at third base would be worth
to lose it than
to lose
running
it.
home.
Yeah.
We need to stop this.
Should we do another?
You guys get a room. You guys can talk it through, and you can hold each other.
We'll book in at the Maple Leaf motel down the road and just go through it.
You can see why when Toronto won the NBA with Kawhi Leonard, why they needed it so much. I remember when that happened, and Toronto went into a state of delirium. Anyway, should we start this podcast?
Should we start the podcast?
Yes.
We've got a lot to discuss
And
today.
apologies for baseball fans, people that don't like baseball. Within a couple of years, you will. It is coming for you. So just eventually it'll make sense to you.
Live from the Export Beer Garden Studio, this is the agenda for Monday, the 10th of November.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
All right, on today's show, the Scots and D Mac. The Black Caps win another thriller. The Kiwis are kings of the Pacific, and also Auckland FC own the derby once again. But let's start with moment of the match from the All Blacks. Damien McKenzie's try. Here's Elliot Smith covering that.
Bowden Barrett sends a pass to Whainganuku. He's going to pick it up on the bounce. They try and keep it alive for Damien McKenzie. McKenzie, can he evade? He can! I think he got there. He swung his body. A miracle way. And he scored the try, Damien McKenzie. Big smile from Damien McKenzie.
Oh, tech's come a long way, isn't it?
Oh, so look, we didn't commentate that game.
Did someone's text that in on a Nokia 3210?
Look,
That
we didn't.
so shit.
It sounded like Jack Lovelock was about to win gold.
And there's no disrespect to Elliot Smith,
Go,
of course.
What are those things that you listen to a record with like a trumpet sticking out of it? With a little
Yeah.
Victorian earphone thing?
a wax and it's spinning wax thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so bad.
But Damien McKenzie, did you see that try? Did you see how good was it when he tossed that Scottish winger like a rag doll pretty much into the crowd? He just stopped his momentum, and you could see him grab his juicy and just throw him like some sort of WWF wrestler.
A real D-shrinker for that player. I couldn't even tell you who it was.
But he just got bamboozled because McKenzie stopped so quickly that he was like, "Uh-oh, I'm going too fast," and then he got a little helping hand as well.
That's like Tai Chi. Damien McKenzie practices Tai Chi. It's not about your strength; it's about using their weight.
Yeah. And he just absolutely sent him into the hoardings and then managed to score. And his face was falling off. I must say, I quite liked him in the headband.
Yeah. I reckon what I'd say about that game is Scotland, no regard for their own personal safety, do they? They just threw themselves at the All Blacks in that second half. They just kept coming.
They had to, and we had 14 men for half an hour in that second half.
3 yellow cards was in the end.
Yeah. So
what are we going to do about that part of the game?
I don't
my
know.
God.
Like knockdown stuff really pisses me off.
In every game now, there's a guaranteed shoulder to the head that doesn't deserve a yellow card. But unfortunately, it's a slip up or whatever, and the referee deems it as a clear contact at the head. And every game now, there's one of those.
I was quite delirious watching that game. I'd been shifting house for a couple of days, and I was quite exhausted. I kept on getting confused because of the colours. And so something would happen, and then you'd be like,
"Oh yeah, the white and the
dark blue," and you're like, "Oh,
as you come to
shit!" And you're like, "Oh, hang on, oh, good."
Joe, do you want to share your hot take on the AB's white strip?
All Blacks are better in white.
Oh wow,
The white looks so much better.
it's the Gloria Vale look. They do look like they're members of Gloria Vale in that with the collar.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, they do.
You can see the blood, you can see the
Yeah.
mud and everything.
I mean, look,
Better in white.
But
better in white.
Do they need to change their name to the All Whites?
Yeah, they've made their bed. This is the problem. They've made their bed.
That would be a huge move for the All Blacks to change to their standard strip to be white.
And call themselves the All Whites, and then gone to the football team and gone, straight swap? Straight swap?
Well,
You
it's
guys
funny
become
you
the All
say
Blacks?
that because when the All Whites play in their away black strip, I
Yeah.
think they look better.
Well, there you go. Well,
Should we consider
What
a
about
change
grey?
for a season?
What about grey? How do the All Blacks go in grey? You've got
no,
personal
terrible.
experience of that.
Terrible. That was the game in Cardiff when
Yeah.
they
Yes.
played France. And they also played in that grey against Scotland in that same World Cup for some reason.
World Cup, yeah.
But also Scotland then played in their grey and blue, and you couldn't tell who was who in that game in the World Cup. So anyway, that was. So they've got
Grand
England.
Slam still on.
Yeah, I thought England was the last game, but actually England is this weekend, and then it's Wales is the last one.
Well, don't have to worry about Wales. So
Yeah.
the Grand Slam is decided this weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunday morning we will not be commentating that because, like I said, it's 4 a.m, and
You're
there's
lazy.
just too much cricket on.
You're too drunk.
And I'm too drunk and lazy.
Speaking of cricket, let's move on to the cricket. The Black Caps.
Are we running a Heath's F1 corner at any point?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
The second half.
We'll-
Yeah,
we'll-
yeah,
I'm chomping at the bit.
Jeez,
Yeah,
we'll
I've
get-
got,
we'll
and
get
I
there.
also have to share a story with you, Matt, that you'll appreciate.
Okay.
And that is
All right.
me having a run-in with the Oceania Football of the Year.
which we'll also get to in the second
Oceania
half.
Football of the Century, actually.
Rufer.
Yeah, not good.
Massive, weren't it?
Really?
Well, there's a tease for
Okay.
later in the show. The Black Caps win last night, or yesterday afternoon, I suppose, in Nelson, the land of the boomer. They got up over the Windies in the third T20. This is some audio of probably the moment of the match. Duffy caught and bowled in the second to last over.
They need a wicket here, desperately.
Attack the stumps.
Is Duffy the man? Springer, he's 39 off 19. Duffy comes in. Oh, what a catch! Caught and bowled. Jacob Duffy. Cometh the man. It needed to be Duffy to take a wicket.
Cometh the man.
Cometh the man.
You didn't finish
Springer
that.
No, I know. Absolutely crushed it back to Jacob Duffy. Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
You just
almost
cometh the man.
falling
I
over
just
in
cometh
his
the man.
follow-through and snatches it.
He didn't fall down. He wasn't falling down.
That was a game changer. They needed
Yeah.
it because Springer and Romario Shepherd, some great names in that team. Shamar Springer, Romario Shepherd.
Great names, great
but-
lids.
Yeah.
It was just as is with George Springer, of course, just to go back to the baseball, but
Yeah.
we'll leave that.
Oh yeah, I was going Jerry Springer.
Yep.
Yeah.
How good did that audio sound, though?
Oh,
I was just going to say,
clean.
if the last audio came through on a stenograph from 1930, that audio was like, I don't know, what's the equivalent of 8K when it comes to audio? That was like Lee Baker was sitting on my lap.
You don't want that. You don't want to go full. You don't want to go Lee Baker.
He got
on
into
your
the
lap.
sex toys yesterday. It was
Yeah, it was quite just. He acted like he'd never seen them before.
So Devon Conway, 56. He had a good knock. Daryl Mitchell got 41. Paul Stewart-Ford was the pick of the bowlers for the Windies and Jason Holder as well. And then, again, like you were just saying, Springer and Shepherd, the two S's, they had one hell of a partnership. Was it about the 8th wicket?
Ninth.
9th, was it?
Yeah, like Shamar Springer was batting 10, and he hit 39 off 20, playing good cricket shots. We're not talking lovely Trenties, flamingos over the top. They were good, proper cricket shots down the ground, and he's an all-rounder. So they're just stacked. The only one that's not an all-rounder in their team, or he can't bat, is the old Hoysian Sauce.
Yes, who looks
He
relatively
looked
useless.
average. Yeah, totally. But who would have thought that West Indies would rescue this summer? Because all three of these games have been absolute thrillers.
Yep.
I know, I was running down the West Indian series earlier.
So was I.
Yeah.
We all have been.
I think so. I was like, I know Shea Hope, that's it. I maybe
And
Romario
do
Shepherd.
you know what I hate about that sentence? Rescue the summer. The summer hasn't even started.
Well-
We're normally looking forward to a summer of cricket.
I know, but unfortunately, the only thing we have to rely on is the South Africans at the end of March, and I'm not even thinking about that. I'm saying that
is the bloody autumn of cricket.
yeah, I know. So this is the summer. This is it.
I know. But I like to end the year and relax through my holiday break watching cricket. That's what we've always done.
Well, you might have to go to the domestic game for that.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll be forced to support the domestic game.
It's a big evil plan, isn't it?
Brilliant.
It's a brilliant
Shall
plan.
we support the domestic game? Shit.
Yeah, well, they're going
Well,
to.
you guys went balls deep into the NPC.
Yeah, we did actually.
You were big supporters of the NPC, and that ended up being a cracker.
Ish
Yeah.
Sodhi, the pick of the bowlers. I will not hear a bad word said about Ish Sodhi. 3 for
Oh,
34
apart from in the
end.
field.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it could have been 4 to be fair. There was a caught and bowled opportunity.
Yeah.
Jacob Duffy, they're taking 3 for 36, including that unreal caught and bowled, which really did save the game for us in the end. Radio.
Hey, so before we get into Matt Heath's F1 corner, I went down to Christchurch on Thursday. Lee Hart gave me a call about a month ago, and he goes, "Can you come and give me a hand at this charity function down in Christchurch called the Braintree Trust?" He goes, "I did it last year. It's great fun. However, this year they want to do a Q&A with a whole lot of sports stars the night before. Put me in touch with them." And they got in touch with me. Lovely people. Michelle, Brendan, Phil, all from the Braintree. They specialise in neurological help and disorders like, dementia and Parkinson's, and great cause.
You've taken so much, now you're finally giving something back.
Yeah, I really don't trust this.
This is
Oh, no.
So okay.
Oh, no.
So
What have you
it's
done
it's a golf day. The golf day's on the Friday at Clearwater. They book the whole of Clearwater out. They have 36 teams. They have so many. It's called sporting. It's called Golfing with the Stars. They get a lot. They got you name a Canterbury sports person. They're there. You're talking
Hadley?
Kieran Reid. He wasn't there. John Wright was there. Brian McKechnie was there. Rich.
Brian McKechnie.
Yeah, I said next time I had a good yarn to Brian McKechnie.
I often bring up Brian McKechnie because isn't it insane that he kicked the penalty after the horrific cheating in Wales,
Yes. And
he was in the underarm.
And did you know, I found this out because I said that to him when he was on stage with me. He didn't want to come up on stage, but he just got bullied to coming up there. And I mentioned that. And funnily enough, it's not, they didn't win the penalty for the jumping out of the line out. It was another infringement in the line out.
I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, that's what.
But I think that the ref tried to rewrite history on that.
And do you know, Frank Oliver, who
Yeah.
was the other lock with Andy Hayden. So Frank Oliver's brother was there.
Yeah.
At this function with his son, who I think works a lot with Braintree as well. And he said, he got up on stage and goes, I have another story to tell you. They were rooming together, Frank Oliver and Andy Hayden, and they often talked about when they would employ the falling out of the line out to get the penalty. And you know what? And this is great. If you watch it again, this is a great insight. He said, if you see them, it said the noise was so loud, and McKechnie was on stage, he goes, yeah, you couldn't hear a thing. Like, it was so loud. They misheard who had to jump out because they were only going to get one of them was going to jump out of the line out.
So
And
was this planned from
Yes.
with the two of them or
Yes.
the whole?
No, just the two locks.
Just the two locks.
And if you see that, it wasn't communicated clearly who was going to dive out. It's just Andy Hayden dived out with more fanfare. And if you see watch it.
It was the most overacting.
Oh, but if you
it
watch
looks
it,
ridiculous when you see it.
Frank Oliver also jumps out of the line out like he's being pushed. But he doesn't do it with the flair that Andy Hayden did. And anyway, Frank Oliver's brother was there just telling me, said, yeah, he used to talk about the fact that they had this plan and they only, this is the time to employ it. You do it. And he was like, well, you do it. No, it was, well, which one of us is going to do it? And then by that time they miscommunicated. They both jumped out of the line out.
I've heard that theory that the penalty's for something else, and I call bollocks on that.
Yeah.
But imagine trying to do something like that Andy Hayden did and Oliver did in the social media age.
Yeah. Oh, a disaster. But, so there you go.
Anyway, sorry,
I'm
you're
gonna
sitting next to Brian McKechnie. Is that, have I taken you off this side?
No, it's fine. But I'm just saying there are so many stars. You took in your Flemings, your Andy Ellis's, your Rod Latham's, whoever, anybody that was anybody was there, helping out with this Braintree Trust.
Chris Kens?
No. Tane Randall was there.
Tane Randall.
Eric Murray, Hamish Kerr, the Olympians.
Oh, great, New Zealanders.
Yeah, so they're all lined up. It was a great panel. Anyway, the night before they decided to do something for the first time, and that was get all the stars together, get all the people that have bought golf teams and supported it, and have a Q&A session, like a bit of entertainment. Lee got up there and auctioned off Ryan Fox's iron that he used at the Canadian Open. Obviously got $5,000 for it, and then just pulled out his room iron, gave it to the person. Like, there was some great Lee Hart gags going on. Crowd were into it. It was two halves. So we had one half, we had 4 stars that we picked out of a hat. Second half, 4 stars we picked out of a hat.
Were you hosting the Q&A? Were you?
Yeah, me and Lee.
Right, okay.
So very little preparation.
Braintree,
very little preparation. And the first panel was, so on stage is 6 chairs. It was me, Tane Randall, great New Zealander. And over the other side was Lee. Steve.
Does he still own EB Games? Did you ask him?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah. Anyway.
Did he ever own
He used to own an EB Games.
Over the other side was Lee, Stephen Fleming, and Mark Graham, Sharko, the great rugby league player. So I had the 3. And then at the end of my third was Oceania Football of the Century, legend of football,
World Cup representative.
Wynton Rufer.
Wow.
Great footballer, and as I found out, a weird guy.
Yeah.
He is a strange guy. So we're on this panel and throwing just softballs up to Tane Randall, throwing softballs up to Fleming and to Mark Graham to hit them out of the park. They're telling Mark Graham a great story about the dirtiest player he ever played with and against, and just classic old league stories. Stephen Fleming told some great IPL stories.
Just stop there for a second. What a great way to not have to prepare if you're just randomly picking the stars.
Yeah.
Then you've got plausible time. I can't prepare for all of them.
I did prepare for a few of them,
Yeah.
like that I didn't know. Like I didn't know much about Wynton, so I actually did a bit of research on him.
And so you're happy when he came up.
Yeah, and then I threw a couple of softballs up to Fleming. He basically on the front foot.
God, he's a pro.
Absolute pro. He rinsed the shit out of me. Like at one stage, I had to stop it and say, "Can we just pump the brakes here? This is not a roast of me." And Fleming's like, no. He goes, "No, I'm going to take this opportunity." And,
Just being roasted by a tall, beautiful, smart man like Stephen. I mean, he's just too good looking and
I know,
too perfect to be just roasting other people. It's not fair. He just roasts you by being near him.
Yeah, and then Tane Randall had some great stories because a lot of discussion was around the modern game and the amount of backroom staff there is now, from conditioning coaches to mental coaches to everything else. There's up to kind of 15 to 20 support staff on a team.
Yeah, it's like the ACC.
Yeah, and Tane Randall was saying when he first made the Highlanders, there was a coach, assistant coach, and the booze rep. And the booze rep was part of the team. Like he said, we flew to South Africa and it was a pallet of piss at the airport. Each of them had to take 6 dozen in their luggage and 2 on their carry-on. And then when they got to the other side, it all got delivered back to the rep so he could then, for the parties and stuff, he would carry bags and do the trainings.
And the Highlanders did better back then.
Anyway, so everyone was hitting them out of the park. And I genuinely felt sorry for Wynton Rufer, who was kind of sitting there and he hadn't said anything so far. So I was like, right, I'm going to throw a softball up to Wynton Rufer. I said, Wynton, football at the moment, all whites obviously qualified for the World Cup, FIFA World Cup next year. We've got Oceania now have an automatic qualification to World Cup, so we're going to be able to compete every single World Cup. You'd like to think that we're there or thereabouts to qualify, so that's good news. Plus you've got Auckland FC, minor premierships taking out the Australian League.
It's a great question.
Also, their rivalry they've created with the Phoenix, great for football.
You're playing pickleball.
It's in the media. And I said, so, I mean, how are you happy about how football's coming along in New Zealand? He goes, no, I'm not. I was like, oh, okay, fuck.
Why?
I don't know. And he goes, it's not about that. It's not about, he goes, it's not about that. It's about getting the youngsters involved. And I said, yeah, but surely the hype. Okay, he goes, you're not listening to me. And I was like, well, you're not answering my question. And then there was a silence. And he goes, it's about getting the youngsters involved. And it's the 8 and 9-year-olds. So, that, and I was like, yeah, but surely having a sport that's in the public eye and at World Cups is important for stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, it is. Yeah. But look at FIFA. They make so much money. They make billions. Like the rights next year. I'm like, oh my God, he's not even.
Wow. This is a charity thing. It's not.
Wow.
But he's not answering my question.
Yeah.
And then I stop him down. I was like, but can you answer this? And he goes, you're not listening. I went, okay. And then he goes, see Peter Williams in the back of the room there? Great journalist. And I'm like, okay, well, firstly, I'm not a journalist. And then he's like, when I used to come back to New Zealand, he used to ask me great questions, Peter Williams. So we used to have a great chat. And I was like, okay. And I could see Michelle, the runner who runs the organisations, doing the like this. Like,
Was Wynton Rufer annoyed at the calibre of
Correct.
the person that was interviewing him?
I think so.
Well,
And
I sympathise a little bit there.
But I just served him up the biggest softball that I thought you could hit out of the park, which I thought, and the rest of them, just to give him some airtime, because the rest of them were killing it. They were like, the crowd were loving them. And then it gets worse because we shut that down, and then Lee goes, well, okay, well, let's just move on a bit. Anyone got any questions from the crowd? So we get some great questions from the crowd to Stephen and to Mark Graham and to Tane and stuff. And then this lady's hand goes up at the back of the room. I was like, okay, one more question.
No, not because it's a lady. I didn't mean that. I mean, another question.
Yes, one more question from the back. She goes, hey, Stephen, you obviously talked about IPL and India and the amount of money that's flowing around the women's game. Wynton, you touched on how much money FIFA make in these World Cups and the rights. Have you guys got any indication of how that money flows down in between the men's and women's game and how it grows the women's game? And I was like, okay, that's a spicy thing to ask at like a kind
charity
of charity
event. It's not really a sort out the problems of sport
Correct.
situation. It's a softball for your interesting stories about your career and just a positive vibe, and then try and rinse everyone for cash, right?
Yeah,
that's right. And so Stephen Fleming answered it brilliantly. He goes, I'll take this. I was like, he goes, the recent Women's World Cup, the prize money was bigger than the Men's World Cup. So that you can obviously see the value in that, blah, 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 and talked about that. Tane Randall picked it up, but he's like, I didn't have much experience with it. The women's game wasn't big when I was around, but obviously it's huge now and the focus on it. He did well. I even weighed in with my junior rugby club, and we're 45% of our club is girls now, and how that's the only growth area for us. And then I knew in the back of my mind that someone on that panel had a different view. Yeah. And I went, Wynton? And he goes, he started off with, as I'd say in Pakistan, bad luck. Oh, God. And he goes...
He said that?
Yeah.
They don't say that.
I know.
In particular in Pakistan compared to anywhere else.
I know. And I was like, here we go. And he just said, look, the Chicks game, no one's interested in the Chicks game. It's a waste of time. And pretty much, he said, it's not good news. Sorry, it's not good news. Look, it's rubbish. It's a rubbish game. No one wants to watch it. And unfortunately, sorry, Chicks, it's not good news. And it was like, oh, God. Oh, God.
Wynton Rufer.
And then he started going on about... the 8 and 9-year-olds and how he coaches a lot of young women, and for various reasons they're amazing, but they're great at football. And I was like, okay, what? And he just kept on. And I sat back and I said,
is he a contrarian?
I sat back and I was like, you know what?
He's got a touch of that,
I'm going to let you dig this 10-foot grave. And he dug a good 15-foot grave and he lay in it. And then I'm like, okay. And it was half time and I said, wow, some of my best friends are Chicks. So that's all good. Yeah. And then we went to
including your wife and daughter.
And then we went to half time. We had to go downstairs to a bar, and I shit you not, half the group didn't come back because of that. And we had Hamish Kerr and we had Eric Murray in the second session. They were fucking great. First question I asked Eric Murray, strangest place you've woken up. He talked for 20 minutes about the Olympics and the weird places he'd woken up post-event and all sorts of things. But then Wynton Rufer the next day is the golf day. And we played the golf, and back in the changing rooms at Clearwater, and I'm going to the urinal, and I was like, who is that naked bloke standing in the corner there? And he's got this little wrinkly ass, and I'm like, oh, it's fucking Wynton Rufer. Jesus Christ.
You recognise his wrinkly ass?
Yeah, but he turned around, but he's standing there just full nude. I don't know what he's doing. But the best thing was Stephen Fleming then walks in, another door, just goes, I fucking love Stephen Fleming. He goes, oh, for fuck's sake, Wynton. Jesus, of course it's you. Fuck you, the gift that keeps on giving. I'm at the urinal. I've nearly wet myself. I was just buckled over the urinal. Oh, it's one of the funniest weekends. But the event is the next level. The Braintree Golfing with the Stars. Like they raise $300,000-$400,000.
Oh, well, good on you for giving back.
Brian McKechnie.
Yep, that's
he donated his one-day uniform he wore in '81.
Shit.
Yes.
How much did someone pay for that?
$22,000.
Holy.
That's cheap.
I thought as well. I was on.
Someone got a bargain,
frickin' Paul Stewart Ford should have bought that to go with your fucking ball.
I was on the phone to him, but that was way out of our
that's
price league. I think it was about I'd say about $12,000.
Should it be good to have the McKechnie double?
Yes. Well, I'm getting in touch with the people who bought it because I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. Because if we go together,
he's got his
get the pants.
He's got the uniform he played in that Welsh game.
No,
he doesn't have that.
He's only got if he got that together as well. But the funny thing was they put the uniform on a mannequin, but it was a female mannequin. So Brian McKechnie had great tits. Like the mannequin had this massive cans.
No head in a great rack.
Anyway, great weekend. I can't speak highly enough about what the Braintree guys do. It was an awesome time. I played terrible golf. The team I got allocated to, I'm sorry to Andy, sorry to Paul, and everyone else in that team. I let them down quite massively.
Oh, wow. Wynton Rufer. Just a word to everyone that's running any kind of charity sort of Q&A.
Strange guy. Just be a bit careful.
There's a few other people you might want to go to out there.
Strange guy. He was just so strange. I've never
If you can get wood, go for wood.
Yeah,
over
I've never had
Brian
hostility.
Nelson.
I've never had hostility on a stage like that. On a.
Is he bitter about something?
I don't think.
Or is he just a contrarian?
I don't think he cared.
Right.
I don't think it affected him one bit.
It's a strong. There's arguments about women's sport, right, that you could have, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. But you've got to say that women's football is. You look at any club. There's just so many young girls playing. Oh, like a football club. It's huge. It's massive. Yeah. Like women's football is huge.
Not according to him.
Just read the fucking.
Not according to him. So there we go. So
women's football, women's cricket is at the young age at any club. You know, it's packed. That's what's keeping the subs up at Cornwall and stuff.
Women's rugby is a tougher one because our club they pay Ripper up until the age of 16, so it's non-contact. Once it gets to contact, it starts to become a bigger issue because there's not a lot of chicks who like smashing other chicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Whereas guys are a bit more physical like that. They love just dropping people. So that's when it becomes a little bit of an issue in terms of participation. But the Ripper League, because we do Ripper to 16, that's why our juniors are so massive.
So ladies have to make a decision at 16 whether they're going to play full contact or not at all.
They can do it earlier. You can do it a lot earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But they just don't want to.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of them.
sweet. Yeah.
So that's why there's a few of those kind of age group teams. Anyway,
Good shit, Wynton.
should we take a break and come back with Matt Heath's F1 Corner?
Yeah, and we'll
Braintree, get a better host on stage. That's what I get out of that. I would be insulted as well if I turned up to a charity. I'm getting interviewed by fucking G Lane.
Also, they had the Super Rugby trophy there in the middle of the stage, and I was like, you need to get rid of this. This is triggering for me as a Chiefs fan. You need to get rid of this? And I was like, boo, it's all Crusaders fans. So I took my jacket off and put my jacket over the top of it, and they're like, yeah, get it, fucker. I was like, okay, you sensitive motherfuckers. Pulled it off, and then Stephen Fleming goes, you know what, mate? Take it. We're fucking sick of it.
See, that's how you run a charity. That's the kind of banter that people are there for.
I know, and he brought
But also, I would call into question. Anyway, let's move on from this. But the question asked from the crowd of Wynton Rufer is not the question that you ask at those kind of things. There's, as you say, it's softball. It's like,
Let's just serve it up and tell a story. They want to hear stories. Anyway.
I thought that goal you scored at some point was
scored a goal
amazing.
in the
Tell us the
Champions
story.
League final.
The Champions League. Tell us that story.
Yeah.
That's the kind of question you ask.
Did you ever bump into Maradona?
Yeah.
Did you hang out with Pele?
Did you ever
Yeah.
bump with Maradona?
Yeah.
Correct. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Anyway, let's take a quick break. Before we get to Matt Heath's F1 Corner, and there's exciting news, especially for Kiwis. We got $5,000 to give away this summer thanks to Leader.NZ. Similar to last year, just head in store, grab a tray of Leader toppers from the frozen food section at your favourite supermarket. It's got a QR code on it. You'll see the ACC logo on it. All you do, scan that QR code, follow the link, and boom, it's easy as that thanks to Leader.NZ and the top up. Liam Lawson,
Yeah.
7th.
Yeah. Qualified 7th, came 7th.
Yeah, beat
Hadjar.
Beat Hadjar.
But I mean, it was that's not telling the whole story. There was a lot he had to do to come 7th, even though he started 7th, because it was a crazy race. But I mean, the big story, and that's great for Liam, fantastic. But the big story of the race is
Strap on.
Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen started in the pit lane. The car was bumping all over the track for.
How can that be? How can your car bump all over the track?
They tried a new floor. I think they tried a new floor and it didn't work out. You know, they don't get to test the cars. They can't just drive them around. You know, they can only really test them in the practices, right? So they tried something, it didn't work, and the car was just all over the shop. So they'd kept working on it. So anyway, he started from the pit lane, and at one point he was leading the race. He just cut through everyone. He ended up coming third, but he was so close to passing Antonelli. If he did another lap, he would have got there. But that's the most crazy thing ever. And so you've got Oscar Piastri. I've been thinking about this. So Oscar Piastri qualifies 4th, ends up coming 5th. And he's in a faster car because Lando Norris is way out the front in the other McLaren, right? The dick shrinking of Max Verstappen, who's, the other challenger in it, to start in the pit lane and still beat you. So you've got to do better than Max Verstappen. He's in the hunt. It's getting harder for him. So you're up against Lando and you're up against Max Verstappen if you're Oscar Piastri. You go, Max is starting from the pit lane. So he's sorted.
Yeah.
A guy can't pass everyone to be up and past me, but he does. It's just so phenomenal. And then you're sitting in the car going, well, in the same car, Lando Norris has smoked me.
Yeah.
And in an inferior car, Max has passed me.
So has anyone worked out? There's 3 races left, eh?
Yep.
And there's
the sprint.
And Vegas next in 2 weeks' time is the next one.
And there's one sprint in that time.
One sprint. So has anyone worked out what has to happen for Verstappen to manage to win this, and what happens to Norris and Piastri?
So the points as they sit at this stage.
We've got Lando on 390.
Yep.
In first. Oscar Piastri's on 366.
Verstappen on 341.
That's right. Yeah, spot on.
So there's 25 points for winning.
Yeah.
So there's 75 points up for grabs there, and another 8 up for the sprint. So he's 49 points behind Norris, so that's very hard. So Norris has to get nearly no points.
Out, yeah.
He has to. There is a good chance. I think it's very hard for Max now, and I think that Red Bull screwed it up this week with the car, right? But just awesome to be on the podium into that position here. I think there's a chance that Oscar Piastri comes third. You
Which
know.
is going to be a real de-shrinker for the Aussies because they're still convinced there's some kind of anti-Aussie conspiracy going on
How
with the McLaren.
How pathetic is that line? And it's
Who's
because
running that line?
all this. Well, Oscar Piastri's got Mark Webber as his agent, who was the guy that had that problem with Sebastian Vettel all those years ago. And he also goes, he won that race and goes, not bad for a second driver. He was always whinging because he didn't think he was appreciated enough in his team. I think he's gotten to Oscar Piastri's head that he's just the second driver. And they're whinging about it. It's like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, it's exciting at least. But, you could have, a DNF in there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
if Lando crashes or
Orlando crashes into Oscar.
Yeah, that's not far off though. Because
Oscar now
be a
hardly talking to his
disaster.
team.
Yeah.
He's clearly got the pip.
Yeah, he does have the pip,
And if at one point, because at one point they were close enough to each other. After Oscar got that, well, he ran up the middle, and I think it was a little bit unfair. It was more kind of Antonelli's fault, that collision at the start, wasn't it? Really, like Antonelli and Charles Leclerc got fucked up and he was out of the race. But
Tracy wouldn't have been happy about that.
She was not happy. Not happy at all.
Engaged now, by the way. I think since we last
Tracy?
spoke. No, sorry, not Tracy. Charles Leclerc.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
That would have been one for the books.
But yeah, you can totally imagine that. And they have collided before.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine them taking each other out?
Oh, that'd be so good. And so,
Because they has to go. Because now they have to go. Both of them have to freaking go for it.
Yep.
If they're in a situation where it's 1 and 2, and they're within in the last laps of a race or whatever, then they're going to have to full send into a corner to try and pass because it's the championship on the line, right? They're not going to give a shit about those embarrassing papaya rules or anything.
yeah,
They'll just be. You can totally see a situation where they take each other out.
that's going to be good. Look, okay, let's go back to Lawson and his battle to stay in a seat. Sonoda shat the bed.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that Sonoda situation. So Sonoda, 17, and so he's in the same car. He doesn't cut his way. Everyone goes, the Verstappen thing.
Yeah.
Sonoda doesn't cut his way through everyone to get up to third.
If Lawson was a person,
But Sonoda's signed with IndyCar, right?
Is he done?
He's done. He's out.
he's done,
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah.
Right. I was going to ask though, if Lawson was, signed at the same time as what Sonoda was for Red Bull, would Lawson still be in that seat? Because I feel like they were giving no one a chance, and then they just ended up going, you know what, this car's
The
not
weird
right.
thing with Red Bull is you sign to the energy drink company.
Yeah.
And then they can assign
And then they
assign
move
you
you
where you
around
are.
and
And so
whatever.
they've got people signed in F2 and they can sort of move you around. So
But are they convinced that Sonoda's a better driver than Lawson and Hedger?
no. I mean, it's complicated with Sonoda because it was all a Honda deal as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, right.
And now
I
they've
think
got
it was shit
and now they
going
get Ford. Yeah, but you're seeing I don't know. I'm still hopeful. I'm very hopeful that, and this has got to help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
he's beaten Hedger.
Yeah.
And there's points, and they're in a big constructors championship fight in the midfield. So these points really help Red Bull Racing, and you get a lot more money if you move up spots. So
Are there a couple of wonder kids sniffing around the Red Bull lineup? are
yeah,
there?
there's that guy. Was it Lundblad?
Lindbergh or
Lundblad.
something?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're Sonoda down, then surely, hopefully, Lawson will still be around next year.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Give us one more year. Give us one more. Because,
yeah,
I mean, he's had so much bad luck. That first half of the season, there wasn't a driver that had worse
He
luck
hasn't made
than
a lot
him.
of friends on the like. Everyone's always like, it's always this guy. And what was that comment today on the radio? Was that Bierman that went?
I didn't hear it.
It went. It's always a typical Lawson because he sort of does some loose shit. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
but you don't go there to make friends. I can't imagine Max is mates with many of them as well. Cause he's
No,
like,
Max
"Fuck you guys."
Max is good mates with everyone. Now. Even
Yeah, but
even you see him with, because everyone always thought that George Russell hated him, but you see them driving around together on that comedy car yesterday?
No.
Oh, a couple of days ago, they were on together. They're all just these dudes that travel around together. They know each other better than anyone else. They're like, it's like boarding school, right?
Yeah. that's
I
true.
mean, it's just drive to survivorcation where everyone's looking at everything like these interpersonal things. Everyone's trying to run a narrative on everything.
That's why it's always the race directors that are always actually running their mouths. Like, so whether it's fuck Gunter or Fat Brown or
Horndog.
Christian Horndog. I hope Christian Horndog comes back for another team because he adds, him and his tight tuck add something.
Yeah, it'd be good if he was just causing problems and like one of the
Junior real run of the mill teams, just
like in Haas or something.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
it's
Is that
getting
enough
very, very
F1 corner?
exciting.
That's good. Yeah, so 2 weeks
so
time
anyway,
in
can
Vegas.
I just want to finish that with Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen.
And the Vegas Grand Prix, great time to watch.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's like 5 in the Arvo or something, or
Because it's so hard to shut down the strip. It doesn't actually. The race doesn't actually start till midnight in Las Vegas time or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh,
And it looks like it's been run in a prison. That
yeah, because it's all the
it's
safety
like,
wire.
It's like the
everywhere.
Running Man or something. It's all that safety wire. It's such a weird vibe, but I love it.
Shall we go? I haven't had enough to drink lately.
Oh no!
Should we get over there?
It's too soon.
4 or 5 days.
It's too soon.
We need
You're
to do. We
not
need
allowed
to
that.
do.
Joe Jury's definitely.
We
not
need
allowed
to do
that.
an agenda from one F1. Come on.
Oh,
Next
Singapore.
year. Singapore
next year.
Singapore.
I want to go back to Vegas.
No way.
I got some unfinished business.
No, Singapore, I think. Is
Well, if we need to do 2, if it's Las Vegas, Singapore, whatever, but
Yeah.
we'll at least need to do 1 next year.
Yeah.
okay.
Fuck it. We'll do 3.
Are we going to take a quick break and come back with some yours pleases?
Do you want to chat about the derby and shit or nah?
Oh yeah,
And the Kiwis game from last night?
I reckon we can talk about that maybe tomorrow's. But I think Wellington, their AFC are in their heads now,
Yeah.
and I don't think they're going to win a derby
No.
for quite some time.
This is how Ponty wrapped it up last night.
Auckland FC's derby domination continues. But I dare you to have imagined this. I challenge you to find better sporting theatre than this. New Zealand's A-League football derby delivers yet again. And Auckland FC down to 10 and down to 9. And with their backs against the wall, emerge victorious yet again.
Oh, that's
Wow.
going to be triggering.
Oh no, but hard for him too because
Yeah,
he's a
so
hardcore Phoenix fan.
He's welly hard, isn't he?
Yeah, he is welly hard.
You won't see sporting theatre like that unless it's Lane v Rufer. It's the only rivalry is intense in New Zealand sport.
Do you know what the term was used next day? Never go full roofer. I said to Fleming, never go full roofer.
Is that
He
why?
goes,
Is that why he's not really in the public
Yes.
eye as much and not celebrated as much as he should be? Because he's
must
a
be.
bit too prickly.
It must be because he is Oceania Player of the Century, scored a goal in the Champions
You'd
League
think
final
he'd
for
be
Werder
driving
Bremen.
around on the back of a float, being lauded everywhere.
Or he'd be on Sky, he'd be
Yeah.
a pundit, but I think that's why, because he's just such an odd fish.
Shit, that's good. That was good from Piney though. That was good. Good. Summing up there.
9 down.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
you
For 30 minutes.
It's just such a bummer for I'm Auckland.
yeah,
I'm Auckland FC hard, obviously, because I'm up here.
yeah.
But you can see they're just battling away for so many years, and then the shiny new thing comes in.
Oh, yeah.
And it just shrinks the dick and takes all the glory. There's something about it that just means that they're
Football mana. That's
the
been taken.
mana
Yeah.
has been taken in a way. They owned the football mana in
Yeah.
the country, and
Yeah.
then it's just
They'd come to Auckland and 25,000 people would turn up.
yeah.
And now
Yeah.
Auckland have got their team, and now 25,000 people turn up to support the team that's their biggest rival.
And they're just going, and then they just like the last derby where they just got absolutely smoked. Yeah, I feel for them.
Yeah, and they've still got a couple more derbies to go this year, both up in Auckland, I believe.
Yep. That's going to be a cracker.
And then the Kiwis won last night.
Yeah.
Maybe they should move to Hamilton or something. The
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Hamilton Phoenix.
Yeah.
Just a bit closer. Just
Well, sometimes when you need a bit of a change of scenery.
yeah. The Hamilton's the right place. Christchurch, maybe. Christchurch.
Christchurch
They
would
could
actually
play,
go all
and
right,
they
to
could
be
play in
fair.
Takaha there. They'd probably go all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Kiwis. Yeah, half time I was slightly bit nervous, but then they ended up just thumping them. I think they scored 30 unanswered points in the second half.
Yeah. That second half was just crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of ball the Kiwis had and the amount of it was crazy.
Yeah, and so RIP all those Samoa flags that are now strewn across Auckland motorways and residential streets, choking dolphins and seals. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with some more yours pleases.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Yeah, keep them coming in throughout all the commentaries as well. If you send a talk back through or a text, you get, thanks to Kogan Mobile, we've got $100 to give away. So, if you want to do it during the commentary or just to the Agenda podcast, then blast away. First one, yours please.
Yeah, g'day lads. I don't get this fucking no sleeps ACC no sleeps till hole in one. The bloody head of the ACC went to sleep,
Yeah.
and then someone who doesn't even work for the ACC gets the hole. So it's pretty much just a simulator for anyone. Any simulator where anyone can just come hit it. Redo.
Oh, he's seen
No
through.
sleep.
He's seen.
ACC. Come on.
He's seen through the matrix, isn't it?
That kind of hurts, actually.
It's seen through the matrix.
It's fair feedback.
Well, let's just say I wasn't expecting it to go longer than 12 hours.
Which implies, though, that you were expecting to hit it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we hit the pin and we lipped out and
Yep.
we did, but that's the only reason for that. So next time we're going to be a bit better planned.
But is that what people are after? People are after just members of the ACC swinging
Just
the
falling just falling to bits.
Because we could do that. Matty Heath, you have to come down. We have to get Wells
you
and Manai
weren't
more
here.
involved.
You were on jury duty, but we had a golf simulator set up just outside here, and we played golf for 34 hours until we hit a hole in one.
Just another pointless first.
But in the end, we had to hire people in to do it. Like we got Lockie Ferguson in, we got Jimmy Neesham, some Auckland FC players came and helped.
What does he have for food? Did you feed him?
No, he didn't have anything for food.
Pasta,
actually,
though.
Jimmy Neesham.
Pasta, apparently.
Okay.
What do you...
Okay, next one, yours, please.
Yeah.
If you want some good audio, go listen to the podcast from Wednesday of last week
No, don't.
when we basically quit live on air.
No, we did. Yeah, you sent
No
us
one
a
had
clip
any
over
sleep.
the
There was
weekend.
no sleep.
Joe sent us a clip over the weekend of us, saying that we were going to quit, and then that there's enough of this being done, and we should just
It's
give up
over.
now.
Yeah,
and
we're moving
midday
on.
today, and then someone else came in and hit it. But anyway, hey.
Was it for charity?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, we raised money for Movember.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah. Going to heaven some stage. Wow.
You're
not
You're
really.
not. There's no chance.
G'day gents, greetings from Perth.
Oh.
Just on the boys' idea around cricketers in leotards. Australia has the slug from Snug, Bo Webster currently, and historically they used to put nicknames on the T20 shirts, and at the time the off-spinner Jason Frazier went by the nickname Subway.
Yeah. McConey and I on Friday were discussing why no one showed up to the Auckland games at Eden Park, the two T20s back-to-back last week, and then McConey suggested maybe if the Black Caps played in leotards, that would be a good idea, and then I mentioned maybe not a great series to launch that against the West Indies.
Yeah.
A bit intimidating.
Well, even last night when one of the batsmen came out adjusting, it was Ford. Matthew Ford came out, and he had quite a big box on.
Yeah.
It was almost like a cod piece, and he was just constantly. He was coming out and just fluffing it, and it was the biggest BDC maneuver I've ever seen.
He couldn't fit it around his thigh pad.
No,
I was like, mate, I have so much room around that thing.
Do you guys find when you're wearing like sweatpants that you just can't keep your hand off readjusting?
Off your cock?
Yeah. It's just your hands just down the front of it all the time. It's like when I've got jeans on, I'm not down there.
Well, it's
as soon as I get track pants on, I'm just walking around with my hand down the front
Why
of my...
is that?
I don't know. It just seems there's more adjustment needed, I guess.
well, we're not designed to be wearing those. We're not designed to be wearing Lululemon. Okay,
Yeah.
We've got too much going on. There's too many variables.
Yeah.
Too many things hanging.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Hey, Agendarati,
Yep.
I've got to go.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's
Love
wrap
you.
this shit up anyway.
Yeah. We got a couple more. Got two more. We'll blast through them.
Okay.
Yeah, g'day, falafels. I see you guys are doing the old, was it budgeting podcast or home buying podcast?
Oh, yeah.
See you, Cassia.
That's a bit out of my realms, Auckland things, big city life,
Same, yeah.
all of
mate.
that jazz, Avo on toast. Could you guys do like a parenting podcast? I heard G Lane mention he buys his son data. What's the go there? Like, what's the limit? I just need some tips for my 2-year-old. Like, how much is too much? Seems to be chewing through it, you know what I'm saying?
Get your kids on a smartphone as soon as possible, unlimited data, unsupervised. That's your advice.
Yep.
Sign them up to
Full
Snapchat.
open. Full open.
Get them on Snapchat.
Like an iPad or the equivalent is the best babysitter, and that'll bring up your kid good. So as soon as you get them data and access to the internet, unfettered, unfettered and
they're going to see it eventually. So you might as well sooner rather than later. Okay, next one, yours, please.
Yeah, g'day, fellas. Long time listener, first time buyer here from all the way in Bournemouth, England.
Oh. Wow.
Just wanted to say, love the podcast. It's fucking good to hear some Kiwi accents. There's a hell of a lot of wounders about over here with the English accents. Ain't the same.
You'll get that.
You get
Got
that in
text for the
England.
Wales match against the All Blacks. You blokes reckon it's worth getting deported from the UK to streak at the match?
Yes.
Cheers.
Shit, you get deported for that shit. I don't think you do. I think you just get a slap on the wrist. You probably get banned from Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, but I don't think you get deported, so do it.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Nothing,
everybody.
nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Okay, so
thanks, Matt.
A couple of good pieces of advice there from us. All right, and so if you guys could bed the name Agendarati by
Yeah.
the time I'm back next week.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
of
we
course.
could put it in the caravan there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Agendarati.
That's
Okay,
fine.
Agendarati.
You seem busy. We'll
All
let
right.
you go.
All
See
right.
you later.
Love you,
okay.
suckers.
Uru.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.